So, hello everyone and good evening. I would like to welcome you all to our AMA session on Telegram. We hope you are all doing all right, and I would like to thank you on behalf of our whole team, which is around 50 people at the moment, and everybody is working hard. So, let me introduce myself. I'm Misak, Metaverse's Research and Development Manager, and I'm thrilled to be with you tonight. With me, I have Mr. Anush Ohadi, Metaverse's CTO and founder, and Sajjad, our lead game developer. So let me break down the structure of tonight's session first. Before I do that, I would like to ask you all to prepare your questions. We're going to answer your questions at the final part of our session here. So I'm going to start by an introduction of Metaversers, since there might be some people who are not familiar with our application. And then we're going to have a live demonstration by Sajjad and a quick word by Anush. So, as most of you know, Metaverse, as it can be guessed by its name, is a metaverse application, which the boundaries are huge there. There is no boundaries, and the possibilities are just your imagination. So basically, we can design, build, and play, and the more we can shop in there. And with this new update, which is the game maker, and this is what the AMA is about tonight, you can be a part of this creation. You can play and shop in a universe which you can create, which is great. And you're going to have a live demonstration later. So just to let you know, this is the first of many AMA sessions which we have planned for you. So you can stay up to date with the project and ask as many questions as you want as we go forward with the project. So this feature, which is the game maker, is very, very exciting because it enables users to design and innovate and build on the platform for creating games. You can use Metaverse for your business and your shop, and you can create NPCs and give them some dialogue to promote your products and services within the Metaverse, which is going to be great. So say I am Nike and I want to open a shop there. I'm going to put some salesmen there and give them some dialogue. That's an example, just to make an example of it. So that's it. So before, okay, like the main point is, all of this, the game creation and the NPC creation, all of this is possible with a very user-friendly interface. No coding required, which is the main point here, because most of us, like me, we don't have coding knowledge, and it would be a lot more difficult if we wanted to do it by that way. So that's something to note there. So I would like to ask Sajjad to have a demo for you, but first, let's hear from the man, our founder, and after that, we're going to have the live demonstration. Anush, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Misak, and hello, everyone. I truly appreciate all of our community for being here, and thanks for showing us your support. This AMA is for you to get to know us better and ask your questions about our new feature.
So I think we might be having some technical difficulties here. So if Anush can continue, we are waiting. If not, we're going to go to the live demonstration here. Sajjad, I think you should start your demonstration, and we're going to hear from Anush at the end of the session if it's not a problem. So could you start your session here, your demonstration, Sajjad?
Yeah, fine. Thank you, Misak. Hello, everyone. I'm so happy to be here with you guys today and to be able to talk with you for the first time. I know we talked a lot before. So let's just quickly get to it. What we want to talk today about is the new game maker feature that we have inside the MBuilder. And let me just share my screen right now. Okay. It's just because we are online with you guys from Dubai. There might be a little connection issues, but we hope that you guys have no problem seeing this. We will have more updates, more news soon. So this is just a short demonstration for you guys to ask your question and anything as you want. So let's start. You by now you probably all know how to make your creation, your stuff. You're building your structure inside them builder, right? We have these pre-built buildings that you can easily use inside your land as you want. You could also add objects inside the land by simply selecting an object like this one. So I just put this here, for example. Now, what is new is by selecting an object, you not only can change the materials, but we have a new section here called components. Components, by components, you usually can see all the components attached to each object. Each component has its specific duties for you to be able to create your own game or your own in basically any kind of interactions. So if I select add component, now I see a list of components, which right now is more than 20 components, but we will add more in the future. We are not going to talk about all the components in this session because it's just going to be a short demonstration. So we just decided to talk about the NPC and objects. Simply add an NPC mesh component and convert any kind of object into like a Ready Player Me avatar. So you need a Ready Player Me avatar link, which you can easily create from the website. I already have a link here, which I just created. So by doing that, you can have your model instantly as a new NPC inside your land, which can interact with the players. It also comes up with like a new ideally animations, but you can also change the animations. The default component here is not important. I'm not going to talk about it, but you can basically change position, rotation, scale, and other stuff. What about if we want to change the animation of this NPC? So again, we go to NPC and add an NPC rig animation component. And you can see that the default animation is being set here, but you can actually select from a long list of animations that you can simply select, and it can give you ideas on what you want to have for your game, what it's going to be, how it's going to look, and everything is just your selection. So, for example, what I had in mind was to give this NPC this sad animation, which means I was thinking like she lost something. So the game that I'm gonna quickly make right now is, as you saw in the medium, is gonna be how to find like for the player to find the key for her. So then I don't know how many of you opened the house, but this house is actually, the door is closed. So we want to actually, when we found the key, open this door so the player can enter the home. So let's just quickly add it, summarize it up. So I select the player again, and we have also animation events, which now we have access to more animation categories, like dancing. We have all these cool dances here, which we have preview button, and we can preview. We have different gestures, which you can again see which one you like. You would say, so for example, when we find the keys for her, she can be thankful, right? So yeah, let's just go ahead and see how we can interact with this NPC. So we simply add the NPC dialog system component, and we enable it easy. We give her a name. I am going to call her Rose. And we add a new conversation with this NPC. We can give it a description like, I lost my key, right? And by clicking here, we simply design how we want to interact with the player. So this is our first dialog. I'm just gonna simply go, I can't find my key. Please find it for me so I can enter my house. I will reward you back with some baba. So yeah, that's basically anyone searching for babas, right? So now this is the first dialog, but we can click anywhere and add choices. So these choices are made by the player. And here I can say like, yes, sure, I will help you find it. Or we can say, no, I don't have time for you, right? So to assign these choices to this dialog, simply just connect it from the dialog to the choices. And now each time this dialog comes up, we will also have access to these choices and we can select from them. So let's go back and if I just save everything that we did so far, even though this NPC has a dialog, but we still can't have interaction with it, because even though we did created a dialog, but we never said when it should opens up, right? So we need to somehow trigger this dialog conversation, and for that we have the trigger component. There are like multiple ways to start like an event that we have. So trigger is the basic stuff, and it's basically we can define an area for the NPC to be able to interact with. So as soon as the main player enters this area, we can call an event, like we say, like talk, right? You can name it anything that you want. But we should also put the talk here on the event to start for the dialog system. So the system will keep track all of your events. You can just simply select it. So now that I have a trigger component and also a dialog system, I can just get near to this NPC and the dialog will comes up. This is a pretty basic dialog HUD right now. It will be more better in the future. So but you can see all the details that we defined back there. I lost my key, like the text, please find it. We have the options here. Yeah, sure, or nope, I don't have time for you. No matter which one of these we will select here right now, because nothing will happen because we simply didn't design anything yet. So let's just go back to our land and let's say, okay, we have this new pack, game starter model pack, which helps you with lots of new objects. More objects will be added in the future, but let's just go to the lock and key section and just add a new key here. I think, yeah, it's a little small, but I'm just gonna put it here. Let's just make it a little bigger, and let's actually hide it behind something so it's not visible to the eye. So I'm gonna go to the decoratives, and let's hide it like behind the bush, inside the bush, so it's not visible that much. Let's put it here, right? So, but the bush has collision, so we can't go through it. So we have actually now the component to disable collision, which is called collision. I just opened up and disabled it, right? So now this object doesn't have collision, and we can simply go through. Okay, now how to interact with this key and open this door? So again, we can simply give it a new object, object trigger, and we can assign how like big it should be, the area. Oh, that's too much. Yeah, it should be inside the bush. Yeah. So I guess that's enough. Yeah. Okay, now I will say when we enter this trigger, I will call the key found event, right? So here we say the key is found. I want the key object itself to be disabled when we found the key. So I give it an activation component, and on the event to disable section, I say key found. So as soon as we found the key, the object itself will be disabled. Yeah, and you see that we are doing all of this very quickly with just components, no coding stuff required. So that's very nice to have. We also select the door and assign it a activation component and say like, you should be disabled also when the key is found. Let me just see what was the event. Yeah, key found. Okay. So it's not suggesting me the event here. Yeah. Oh, okay. Sorry. Okay. So key found. That's it. Let's just quickly check out what we did, and then we will add our. Okay. Yeah. Sure. I will help find it. Now I see here. We know already the key is here. I come here, and you see that the key is now gone, and the door is open. Then we can continue like more machines here and with more NPC. So let's just show one more thing, and I want this NPC to be happy when we found the key, so it will be happy and thankful for us. So let's just add let's just add let's add this victory animation. I'm not sure. No, it's not good. Let's just add that thankful animation. Yeah, that's fine, I guess. Yeah. So it also requires an event to play, which we can say after find key, right? So this will happen with when we find the key. In order to do that, we need to add another trigger component to this object and make it disabled, but it will be enabled when we find the key. So when the key is found. So let me just again see what was the event. Yeah, key found. So when we find the key, I want this to be enabled on when we found the key, and the other one should be disabled when we find the key. Okay, here we've said that this trigger should raise another event, and that's happy, like, yeah, happy ending. And I will call this on the animation to be played, event to played. So yeah, so that's it, I guess. I guess this should be fine now. Yeah. So let's talk. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. I just go on.
Yeah. So the door is open, and I go back here to. Oops, I think something is wrong. I think actually I think that's enough. I already said enough. I didn't want it to be that much complex. We can do more stuff right now if you want, or I prefer to answer questions right now because I don't want to just make you confused with all of these components. It can be a little confusing at the first glance, but trust me, as you work with these components, it's so easy to quickly come up with some missions, some questions, some interactions. And yeah, as it goes up, we will be adding more components. We will, like for the next update, we will be adding the camera components, like the teleport component. So you can teleport the user in your land, inside your land, well, basically. And you can also assign reward. So you can reward your player based on the game that you are making. You will have access to animate objects. Lots of stuff, playing audios, playing particle system, particle effects, showing the user different templates, all of those stuff that you might read before. So yeah, now I will ask your guys questions, but this is basically a simple tool to create what you want. And the good things about it is you can create it while you are playing inside the game. You don't need to go to another website or another app or something like that is usually happening in other similar projects. Here you can create everything that you want, and if you like, you can share it instantly, and others also can play your what you created instantly inside your land. So yeah, that's what all I had to say for now. Misar, if you are ready, I can give it back to you.
Right. So I think we can hear from Anush right now if he's available. I think he is. So let's hear from Anush, and then I'm gonna continue.
Yeah, thanks, Musa. Sorry, guys. As you know, in some countries like Dubai, we have problem with Telegram voice, and it's very hard to us to connecting to this chat. I only want to say I would like to thank my team for working day and night so our product could get better and more interesting. And we are here to stay and develop even in the current market condition. And also our roadmap will be updated soon, and we will have another AMA about that. And that is, thank you, Misa. We'll tell you more now. Thank you, Misa.
Okay. So thank you, Anush. That was just a quick word from our founder. So I'm gonna do a last section, and then we're gonna answer your questions. This update is very exciting. I'm telling you genuinely. Like I was watching when Sajjad was explaining, and in my mind, I was already creating some nice games and stuff like that. But why did we do this? Why did we go through all of this coding? Because this is a heavy component of the game, and there was a lot of time spent on this module. So we thought that okay, so the simple answer and the short answer is our community, because you are the main reason that this project is going to get somewhere. But if I may elaborate, this version of mBuilder, which is V3, this will position us better in the market. We will have a solid competitive advantage over our competitors. Like if I want to compare, I know it's not a very good comparison because of the difference in market caps, but let's say Sandbox. Sandbox is the only one who has got a game maker that doesn't require coding, and it's only used by user interface. But even them, they're gonna have different scenes. Like you're gonna make your games on different components, but in Metaverse, it's all gonna be in the same place. You will understand this better after this feature launches. As you have seen, the feature is ready. It's just the last tests and debugging, and then you are gonna use it. The second reason, which is another important reason, is that it's a win-win situation for everyone. Let me explain a bit about that. So we are introducing much more utility to our overall application. Like it's going to have a lot of new use cases, and we're going to introduce some use cases maybe to our different features, right? So this is one reason. Let me tell you an example. So players and businesses could earn even more money if they're gonna make a popular game, or if they can make their shops and businesses better, they can even earn more money. So consequently, all of this, this win-win situation will create an amazing engagement for both our application and our community. We're gonna have a wider community. As Anush said, our new version of roadmap is going to be exciting. So I ask you to eagerly wait for that, which is going to be released any day soon. And you're going to know about our plans. There are a lot of things in the pipeline ready to be made. That's it for us. We will answer your questions, anything you want, you can ask, and about the game maker, of course. So let's not get off topic here, but let's see what happens. So let's see. Has anyone asked any questions? Right.
Yeah, I think I got a couple of questions here.
Well, someone has said that he loves me, which is great, but we're gonna need some questions. So
yeah, we're gonna need some questions right now. Yeah,
Look,
I have
we
a
need
couple of
we
questions.
definitely need to create more engagements in our social media, and that's one of the big plans here. And when you see our new roadmap, you will see that this kind of engagement is necessary and will be made, of course. So we have the first question, the winner. Will the upcoming features in the next version of? Okay, sorry, I don't understand the question.
I think what it means is when will be the upcoming
Is
feature,
it
like when
when
it
or
will
is it
be.
what? Is it
I
when or
think
is it
it's a
what?
mistake. It was probably when all this is gonna be released, and I think
Will the
that's up to
upcoming?
you guys.
Okay. Okay. So Sajjad, you take the question, please.
Yeah, so I'm not in a very good position to say exactly when it's gonna be released. It's gonna be very soon because it's almost ready, right? But it's just that DAO wants us to actually work a little on stabilizing it first, and also on the other hand, as you know, we are gonna also deploy to the stores. So this needs to be a little more optimized. Um, I can say like all I can say is just very soon. You can ask in the Telegram chat what it can be exactly, but all I can say is not anytime. Like it doesn't need any long more, So yeah, that's it. All I can say is that is maybe Anush can say more about that. Yeah. Do we have any other questions?
Okay, so I still thank you, Sajjad, for the response, but I still don't understand the question here because the question is not
Yeah,
clear. But
it
what you
was.
said was,
Yeah.
yeah. So, guys, come on, hit us with questions. We need them. So, someone, AMT says it was, oh, so AMT has got a metaverse avatar, which is nice to see. It was a very interesting presentation. I think he's talking to you, Sajjad. My question is, can we have an online secretary with the process you explained? Am I wrong? No, you are not wrong. You are definitely right. You're gonna have so you can create an NPC there, which can have, as Sajjad explained, which could have a graph, a conversation graph. You can define the replies, and you can, for example, tell the NPC, she or he, to present your products and give them prices and anything you can think of. It's really great, guys. We just need to let people know that we are doing great things here. Of course, you can have a secretary, you can have a salesman, you can have a cashier, you can have as many as NPCs as you want. You can even have a game in your shop. So let's say you want to make your shop more exciting, you can have a mini game there. So when shoppers come there, they can play and shop around. I'm just brainstorming here, but you get the gist. And another question is, how user-friendly is Embedded version 3 Game Maker for beginners who have no coding experience? As I said, you don't, and as Sajjad demonstrated, you don't need any experience with coding. Of course, it's just an interface. You can, everything is in English, in plain English. It's very simple. For the utility that it brings to your shop, your game, it is very, very simple. Like, yeah, it doesn't require any effort whatsoever. So that's another question that we answered. Alex, thank you for your question. How user-friendly is the new update as I with them for the mobile devices? That is a very great question. I let Sajjad explain if we're gonna have release a mobile version of the MBuilder. Sajjad, please answer.
Yeah, thank you. So overall, these this set of tools are very easy to interact with, even for players that never created a game or interaction before. As you saw, so we almost went more than what we wanted to do. Like this graph that you see here on other projects, similar projects, you never have such graph to easily design visually what you want to do, right? So we always considered how easy it can be, how much easier it can be for the user to play and create what they want to do. So I assure you that it's very easy, and but we still want to improve this system over time, okay? But the way that we went with the component system is the easiest way that we could think of. We as the developers, which has experience on game creation in more than 10 years, this is the easiest way that you can create games. And just like after a little work with it, you will be able to quickly come up with very nice ideas. But back to the mobile devices, as you know, we always consider mobile devices and how to work with them, especially the UI. That's why you see that the UI is kind of a little big, because we also considered how it's going to look on mobile devices, right? It shouldn't be too small on a mobile device to interact with. So I assure you that they all been considered into this, and everything that you see from all these interactions to the graph itself, they all work perfectly on mobile, at least in terms of like interacting with this system. Not, I'm not talking about optimization. That would also be fine, because everything here you see is just using what Metaverser is built upon of, because Metaverser on its own has been made in a way that it can be updated in a very large project, because it has a very good base foundation, right? So as I said, it's very easy to use on mobile, on any platform. We will be listening to your feedbacks and improve this as you want. We will be adding features to it. Yeah, that's it.
Thanks for the reply. I've got another fan here. Thank you for the appreciation, Faiza. Thank you very much. So, Ali has asked, can MBuilder version 3, which is the game maker, support various types of animations? A great question. I will have to pass it to Sajjad again, which is the designer of this. So, Sajjad, please.
Yeah, I also have like a fan now, so it's 2-1. Okay, so yeah, so about yeah, nice question. So this is actually gonna be huge. I'm not gonna say like leak lots of things, because we have like visions, right, to what this is gonna be in the future. But it's not like clear that all of those visions are gonna happening or not. It depends on the community and what they ask. We might switch to other direction. But what we have in mind is, you probably read an article a little while ago about uploading models to the metaverse, right? So the same concept is going to be happening with rig models and animation. So you will be able to upload your own rigged animation models, or characters, or even models, anything inside this home builder. And new sections will be added to the M builder, which is going to be called uploader, or you're going to have a new space to do all of that. But that's just the vision, right? It's not too far ahead. It's just a little in the future, but that is where we want to go. Right now, you have to only select from what we gonna suggest you, but the users can say like, okay, we need this kind of animations to be added, like these categories we need, and we will be adding those. It's fine. They can request anything, but you will be also able to import your own stuff inside here, and who knows, maybe also share them with others, right? Yeah.
Very nice. And we have another long question, which is again for you, Sajjad. I'm gonna just leave it to you, because these are all game maker technical stuff, and you will be able to answer it much better than me. So, to the Hoffman, ask that when will all the functions be activated in the mobile version as well as on the PC? So he gave us an example, or she. On PC, you can set your objects to 45, 90 degree, etc. Unfortunately, not on mobile. Okay. And he has another question about buildings and actions with your avatar. So he wants to know when will this become smoother and overall better experience?
Yeah, so about rotation, I already mentioned that in the default section, you can easily right now type the rotation that you want. So like imagine we want to rotate this object 45 degrees. Now we can easily just type what we want, or we can use this slider to use. And we can use this also on mobile. I think this is gonna be enough, but overall, I'm gonna say the mobile's experience is not gonna be as easy as a standalone platform. Well, that's basically all the tools like this here, but we're gonna be trying to provide as best as we can, right? So they can also rotate, scale, position, and everything is fun. We have features like you see. We have a snap feature, like you can also right even now using mobiles, and you can easily snap rotate objects. So you just need to enable a snapping. Sorry, where is? Yeah. Let me just say, yeah, this is the snap rotation that you can also enable on mobile, right? And if you enable it, it will, sorry, I've duplicated it by mistake. If you enable it, you can rotate like this is for, but it's just a guess, but you can also view here like how much you are rotated. So yeah, this is like pretty much gonna help in the new build for the mobile, but you can also use our other tools. We also have for like these quick rotations, which is right now they are only for PCs, not mobiles. But we can also add these if they have like requests enough. If they have enough requests, we will be adding these to mobiles. It all depends on what the community is gonna request, and then we're gonna do it.
Okay, thank you for this one. Right.
Sorry, did
So
you ask another question, or was it just this one? I forgot.
no, it was just this one. It was a long one. I hope that Hoffman tells us if he's got. Okay, he says thank you for your answer. So it's 2-2 now. About the fans, I mean. Okay, so it's staking. So Anush is answering by text. We can. I'm waiting for his answer. I'm not gonna comment on the staking because Anush has much more information. So let's
Yes,
see what
Misal,
Anush has to say.
I asked him what meaning about staking because lands don't have a staking. I think he means he asking about mining because when you have a land, you can, and when we publish our um, miners, you can put buy some miners and put it on your lands. So about when it's depend when we sell our miners. And as Misal said, our new roadmap till end of 2023, we will publish it in very soon. I think maximum in 1 week, and you can see when our miners will be available for buying and purchasing, and when you can put it on your land. So for the answer of this question, I think you should wait around 1 week.
Right. So, guys, just to let you know, thank you, Anush. Just to let you know, we're gonna release our new roadmap with a lot of exciting news about it, and if you wait for that, you're gonna get a lot of answers. So I missed the question here. AMT, which has got a lot of questions, which is good. Does MBuilder version 3 Game Maker offer any pre-built game templates? Which is a very, very good question. Sajja, do we have any pre-built game templates to help beginners?
And yeah, I have to go for a written no for that right now. But the thing is, we could come up with a pre-game templates. But the thing is, we need actually to implement another feature which you may know it by the name preset or prefabs, which will save your stuff inside an object, and then we can offer those presets or prefabs to other players so they can quickly use them. This was not like in our high priority list. We have other things, but if like it's very important for users, then we can like make it happening sooner. But like how home builder went, if you remember, we simply deployed M builder, but then we added the pre-template stuff. So we need the community to work with this, to play with this a little and change it. So when it's, we know that it's finally stable somehow, then we can create the templates, right? So it's going to be happening, and it's going to be in a nice way that you can also create templates and share with others, okay? So we thought about all of this because we know that they are required for this thing to happening. So yeah, I hope I answered your questions good enough.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
Another question I've missed there is, let me see. Okay, so it's about MBR supporting virtual reality or augmented reality games. So are we gonna, because as you may know, we had a post about Apple Vision Pro, but this question is about MBuilder, which is you're gonna be able to build any games that support this or not. Sajjad, it's your question, I think.
Yeah, we already mentioned it, I think, a couple of days ago that we gonna implement the new Apple Vision Pro inside Metaverser, and we are gonna do it. It just depends on how much the community wants it. I said we have all these ideas, but the community ask what they want. Now the community is very more for a quiet time now. They want the stability and like a good builds, like a stable builds, even though we are in a beta right now, right? But the thing is, we had to do this game maker so the community can create the content they want, so we can focus on what they ask us to do. So after all that explanation, we are waiting for the new Apple XR program. It's very new, it's not even implemented yet, but we gonna implement it inside Metaverser for sure, and we are already applied for it and did all the registration and stuff. It will be coming soon, but then the decision to when to actually implement it again is based on what the community decides.
Right. Wow, that's a good answer. And the next question, I think Anush can answer this very well. Is it possible to save self-created objects or games in the new MBuilder updates that we can use in other lands? Anush, do you want to take this question?
Yes, okay. As you know, some days ago, we published article about user 3D asset generated by user. We publish it, and we mention how you should create the 3D asset and the requirements. But about uploading this 3D asset, I think you can do it in another version, MBuilder version 4. So in this version, you can't upload and use your 3D asset. But in another version, you can upload this 3D asset for using in your land. Only use it in your land. But after that, we will create a marketplace for you can mint your 3D asset as an NFT, and then you can sell it in that marketplace. So it's needed time. If you ask about when you can sell your 3D asset, I think we can have MBuilder version 4 in around the next 2 months. then you can use your 3D asset in your land. And about selling the 3D asset, we need more 1 or 2 more months for create upgrading our marketplace. Then you can mint your 3D asset as NFT and sell it to others. So,
Thank you for the answer. This question is long and it's scary. So I'm gonna let Sajjad read this question to have an answer. So I'm gonna answer the one before. Can MBuilder version 3 handle multiplayer games? I
So,
don't think it is. Yeah, go on, please. Thank you.
oh, sorry. If you
Nah,
want,
go
you
on,
can
go on,
explain.
go on.
Yeah. So, as I said, the base core foundation of Metaverser, as you see, we are one of the, I think, the only Metaverse that you can design and create instantly in real time inside the game, right? Inside the Metaverser. No other project can do that, and we are very proud to making this like it. So when we did that, we can actually also create the games to handle to be multiplayer. But the thing is, we didn't vent that way because we don't want to jump too much for like lots of these features that you are seeing in other projects, they take years to be implemented, but we are going as quick as we want to implement what is important. And therefore that thing created some issues, which I saw another one mentioned, like in zombie room, in other places there are bugs. So now I what I want to say is, yep, it's gonna be able to handle multiplayer, right? Not right now, but it clearly can, as you see in the metaverse there. We already did lots of things, like in the zombie room, you saw that you play as multiplayer people, right? You can play all together. So the same thing can happen also here. We didn't implement it right now, so everyone has to play for their own for now. But if we went to a near future, we can also implement that for sure. So for a quick answer, not right now, but probably yes in the near future.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
This is the long one. So the question, I think it's more of a technical question. Let me just read it here. Yes, it's about details, which I think Sajjad can answer here or privately. I don't know what you prefer, but if it's better for
Yeah, I
you, you can
think
answer. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, sorry, I think I explained about this a little ago. So the thing is that this is one of the reasons why we went with creating the game maker, so the users can create content, and then we can focus on all the issues that this user is mentioning here. We have also other issues that are constantly being reported. So when you guys work on creating content, then we can focus on fixing all these issues, right? So that's the good news, that lots of these issues will be solved very soon, and you don't need to be worried about them. As for mobile issues, you have to notice that this project was targeted mainly for the standalone platforms, but we also wanted to cover mobile. The issue with mobile is we have to put aside a big time. It takes a lot of time to optimize the project for mobile. So lots of the projects you see, so we are supporting any kind of platform, right? That's a fact. We support iOS, we support Android, we support all the standard platform. We can support any platform think of. But the thing is, that will come up back with a price, right? A price to be taken with us. So that price is time, and we need time to make this stable for all the platforms, which I hope now that the game maker is implemented, finally we can put aside more time for that. Yeah. I hope
Thank you.
that will answer.
So we're gonna answer this question now, which, okay, can mBuilder be used for educational purposes? Of course it can, because you can define dialogues, and I think Sajjad agrees with me that you can have a classroom. Probably you
sure.
can have a classroom, and you can even pay for the classroom, and you can have live lessons by yourself. You don't, because we have a voice chat available there, so you can have NPCs or you can teach yourself, which is a great question and a great use case. Actually, I'm going to think about that too, because I can teach some stuff and I can use Metaverser for that. But thank you for your question, Ashkan. And can I also rent out your land? Okay, some decisions, because we are a blockchain project, some decisions should be made and has to be made by votes and the governance. So basically, we have a DAO here, which in our roadmap you're gonna hear about it, and that's gonna be up to the voting. That's if we can rent out or not. So some of the decisions should be taken by the community itself, which will be introduced. Thank you very much. Okay, AMT has said, let's design the base game. Of course, we are going to do it. The product is it has a lot of potential. Some of the features are in beta still, so we understand if you have some questions about some features, but I'm gonna tell you again, guys, and I repeat this every day. We actually have a working product that a lot of other projects only talk about. We have a game, you can go in there, you can earn money. Most of these metaverse projects, they only promise something and they start selling NFTs before even the game is launched. So I need you to think about that. That's just as a general rule. It's all right, Hopeman. It's nice to answer your questions. I hope we can have a lot of questions like this. Guys, if you don't have any more questions, we're gonna finish it here. But wait for the new AMAs, because I think this was a good experience. Hopefully next time we're gonna have more people, we're gonna have more engagement, and we're gonna have, as AMT said here, the best game. Thank you for joining us and being with us until the end. Thanks a lot.